Uh, Hello subscribers. Today I want to talk a little bit about something which black people maybe call, even white people talk about as racism. Because I want today talk about the house slaves and the field slaves. The field niggers and the house niggers. The house niggers, they were actually the kind of people that actually give more about their master than the master most time give about themselves. If the if the master was sick, the master give less about his sickness than the house slave. The house slave say, the house nigger say, Master, be we sick? Master, can we help you? The house nigger then treats the master and give from a little bit of medicines. The field niggers, they live in poverty. They have have very bad clothing, have the last good food. The house nigger, he lived close to his master and have a room and that kind of things, and he dressed most of the time in the old clothes of the master. If the master have new clothes, the house nigger gets the clothes of the master, of the house nigger, and the house nigger. If you ask the house nigger actually if they want to split up, the house nigger say, "Be you crazy? Be you crazy? Where can I find some clothes like this? Where can I eat food like this?" And sometimes, and most of the times, the house nigger also go to his master. And if the find that all the niggers try to run away. That's one of his master. In the time of the slavery, the niggers also are not to learn to read because in human cult, sure. Is literary power. If you know something, if you read something, that's power. And the immoral high class don't want to let the majority find it out, so it is not allowed for them to read and this kind of things. If you because that's the way that we always any kind of slavery system control the others with no power, which don't give them the power to stand up. That's also what they do in businesses. Don't tell the lower workers stuff. Don't say so much to them. No, hold your mouth. There don't be on our class. So they can handle it, or they lie about something like that. They don't can see it. No, they've been done. Or no, they have not the rights to know it. That's how any slave system work. Capitalism is the essence actually of all slave systems. And they have always tried to put the status quo so close to slavery as possible. That is how you can make profit of somebody else. That's capitalism. Capitalism, business, is the essence of oppression. A part of oppression and business is also that somebody have to believe that he be more important than somebody else. Looking closely to what businessmen say, they also say that you've been more or less intelligent than them, you've been less superior. They use manipulation to let you feel less important. And in current, their power. That's business. Business is not nice. Business is criminal. Business is do nice to your boss, so that they promote you. And if you have the highest position, you put anybody away that you don't like. That's what business is. Business is nothing more than criminal behavior. It's nothing more than a gang. Business gang. Oil companies go to places that go in the ground, take a little bit drop of oil away from the earth. The earth has not for nothing that oil in the earth. Or you think that the planet have for nothing that? No. 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 All the materials that we take out the earth with businesses, been there for a reason. The way we now act like to the world is like the most biggest intruded species on this whole planet. Like the most biggest parasite. Business with a great idea. Actually, if you ask me, the idea of business come from the way of living from parasites. And parasites being, if you use human logic of intelligence, the most intelligent creature on this planet. Because they're being so good in surviving and in become immune for any diseases. So it's terminated stuff. And humans being then number two, and because we use manipulation and kind of treatments instead that we try to find the answer. Because if you treat what they do in the medical world, that don't treat the medical business, they don't treat their patients, they treat the symptoms of the patients, because they can make money out. That's how the system works. That's how they get money, to get more people sick. It's like they are because they get money out of sick people. And the meat industry like it also because they get subsidies, because they make propaganda up that being healthy. You eat your protein! Als je mensen je water vitamins staat andere vitamine klaar. Like calcium. Calcium comes from baby milk. From baby cow's milk. Not from soft milk. No, not cheaper milk. but cow's milk. Cow's milk. Yeah, any green plants have calcium. Most fruit have also calcium. And protein is any plant product. You don't can even get too little protein. So stop with making insane, arbitrary lies that you don't want that somebody make to oppress you. And go vegan. Yes, now the point. The way I look to the animal slavery is that the dogs, they've been actually the house slaves. They have a pretty nice life. They live close to their master. And the pigs and cows, they're being the they've been the less important slaves. They've been the slaves. They've been only there to be oppressed by their masters and be treated like nothing. And then we have the horses. They're being actually, and the horses also, they've been the field slaves. Horses being field slaves. If you watch the slavery system. Cows and chickens and turkeys, they're being the abuse slaves. The slaves that they're really have to be abused by the master. Be raped, exploited, ate ants, that kind of things by the master. They have no rights at all. They be not worthy for anything. Only for the feeding of the humans. They be not look to their needs absolutely. By dogs and cats, they've been even a little bit look to their needs. And most people see them also as family members, just like some slave masters. I see the slaves as family members, the house slaves sometimes, some parts. And for example, in Greek countries, the horses, they've been the runners, they've been the fighters, just like the cocks, the chickens, the cockfights. There also was black man fights, where black men fight with other black men to get property for the white man, for the rich slave owner. And if you don't think that it's been something that been truly happening, look on the backside of all the gambling systems. There's been a lot of money put on, been a lot of different kinds of classes or different kinds of property that puts their money in this system. There's a lot to win in horse riding. There's been a lot in human riding, and there's been a lot in gladiator fights to win for the one that own the slave. It is outrageous to don't believe this. When we learn that no single creature on this whole world wants to be treated like nothing, when the majority of people finally accept and understand the standpoints of John Africa, that any living being deserves their freedom, deserve their rights and deserve their equal treatments. That we don't have the right to pick and choose how we want to treat other living beings. That we have to learn to respect any living being's his needs. That it is not your right, based on your traditions, your beliefs and your habits, to deny other animals their freedom, so that you can slave them, rape them, exploit them, and torture them, and murder them, and turn them in nothing more than property. Go vegan. That's the only way that you can show the world how kindful and how peaceful you've been. You stand beside the table and say anytime that you've been against it, but you still do nothing about it. If you don't been a part of the solution, you've been a part of the problem. If you wants to know on what part of slavery you stand before the Civil War, you don't have to look further than on what part you stand today on animal rights. The victim is nothing to defendable. The vandal don't care what any other victim thinks. The victims are changeable. The victim of rape don't give about the victimizer. And the victimizer, the rapist, there he is wrong. Just like the victimizer of